Hello, third graders. This is Mrs. Oyster again, and this is the second part of our lesson on measuring weight. So today we're going to learn how to choose the most appropriate unit to measure weight, but we're not going to be using customary units. This is actually a typo here. We're going to be using metric units. So remember with capacity, we had two systems. We had the customary system and the metric system. It's the same with weight. Yesterday we learned about the customary units. Today we're going to learn about the metric units. And those units are grams and kilograms. So let's review what we learned yesterday real quick. The customary units that we use to measure weight are ounces, pounds, and tons. And we learned that we weigh very light objects using ounces. We weigh most objects using pounds, and we weigh very heavy objects using tons. So the units we're going to talk about today are grams and kilograms. So a gram is very light, and a kilogram is a little heavier. So one grape weighs about a gram. You can imagine what that is, really, really light. A cantaloupe melon weighs about 1 kilogram. So we measure very light objects using grams, and we weigh heavier objects using kilograms. 1 kilogram is about 1,000 grams. So if you imagine one grape being a gram, about 1,000 grapes would be 1 kilogram. So let's look at some objects that might weigh about a gram. A paper clip, a grape, which I said before, a push pin, a pen cap, a dollar bill, or a piece of gum. These are all things that weigh about a gram. They're very light. So we measure light everyday objects in grams. Anything that weighs less than 1 kilogram or less than 1,000 grams, we would use grams as our unit of measurement. So a quarter is going to weigh more than 1 gram, but less than a kilogram. So we're going to measure it using grams. We're going to say it weighs blank grams. The same with a phone, an apple, a granola bar, a book, or a burger. All these things weigh less than 1,000 grams, and so we're going to measure them in grams. Now we use kilograms to measure most other things, heavy, medium to heavy objects. So these things weigh about 1 kilogram. A pineapple, a bottle of water, a pound of sugar, a laptop computer, or a couple loaves of bread. So we measure heavy things using kilograms, like a desk, like a car, like a backpack, a microwave, or a chair. Anything that weighs more than 1 kilogram would be measured in kilograms. So look at this picture here. About how many grams does this adorable puppy weigh? Now, this is a scale, kind of like the ones we saw in yesterday's lesson. And this needle here is pointing a little past the 800. So we would say this puppy weighs a little over 800 grams, which, even though 800 is a pretty big number, it's still less than 1 kilogram. All right, so we're going to go through some objects and we're going to decide which unit we would use to measure its weight. Would we use grams? Is it pretty light? Or would we use kilograms? So what do you think for a bike? A bike would be kilograms. Good job. How about a dandelion? A dandelion is very small, and so we would use grams for sure to measure its weight. How about a desk? Pretty heavy, so this would be kilograms. How about a mini bubble container? I'm sure you've seen these. They get used as party favors a lot. It's pretty small, right? So that would be grams. How about a banana? You know, a banana is heavier than a grape. It's heavier than a dandelion, but I don't think it's as heavy as, say, a cantaloupe. So since it would not be a kilogram, we're still going to measure it in grams. All right, how about a helicopter? Definitely kilograms, because that's a big one. How about a goldfish? Not the bowl, just the fish. The fish would definitely be grams. Yep, good job. Okay, so let's go through a few more objects. Hopefully these will work better than the ones yesterday. What would you use kilograms or grams for a lawnmower? Kilograms. How about a cell phone? gram. A robin's egg, gram. A cement block, kilograms. A pumpkin, kilograms, unless it's one of those little baby ones you get around Halloween, but most pumpkins, definitely kilogram. Piece of paper, a gram. A hummingbird, those are little bitty, so those are going to be grams. A fourth grader, kilograms. A school bus, for sure, kilograms. A CD, a gram. Banana, grams. And a bowling ball, kilograms. Very good. So how is a gram related to a kilogram? Well, remember that 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. So which would be greater, 850 grams or 1 kilogram? And I'll tell you what, when we're in the classroom, kids always want to say 850 grams because 850 is such a big number, right? But remember that 1 kilogram is the same thing as 1,000 grams. So what's bigger, 850 grams or 1,000 grams? 1,000 is bigger, so 1 kilogram is still bigger than 850 grams. So here's your task today. This paper should look familiar. The only thing that is changing is your units and your objects. You are going to choose for each of these objects the most appropriate unit you would use to measure its weight. So would you weigh it in grams or would you weigh it in kilograms? And then you're going to explain. So for example, a lawnmower would be measured in kilograms. And the reason is because the weight of a lawnmower is much more than 1,000 grams. It's very heavy, and heavy things would be measured in kilograms. Now, a robin's egg is the next one. Think about a little bitty robin's egg. That's definitely going to be grams. And the reason is because a robin's egg is very small and it weighs much less than a kilogram. So you would use grams as your unit of measurement. All right, class, good luck on your paper. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time for story problems.